Welcome into the 2025 Champion Circle Golf Classic. Anthony Broom with Clayton Safey down at the end, Chris Ballas down at the end. But it's not about the three of us today. It's about the Michigan players who will be coming through. It's not.
All right.
We have Bryce Underwood with us. Bryce, welcome. We have Jadyn Davis. We have Jordan Marshall. Fellas, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So we're just going to kind of go rapid fire, get you guys in and out of here. The first thing I'll ask, this one's for the quarterbacks. Which of you does the best Chip Lindsey impersonation?
Can you do the Southern accent is what he's asking.
No, sir. That's not for me to do.
I was going to say. All right,
off camera, maybe.
Yeah, off camera, maybe. My biggest question is, now Bryce, you've done shows like Rich Eisen and everything else. Have you ever had a bigger honor than being on the cover of the Wolverine football preview?
No, sir.
I knew it. See, it's exactly right. So talk about your competition, guys, and what you guys did to kind of bring the best out of each other this spring.
Honestly, going against Jadyn every single day just made me a better quarterback, a better person. Just learning who he is as a person just motivates me to be a better person. So.
To kind of follow up what Bryce said, I think, obviously he's a great player, and I think this spring was really unique because it was just me and him taking the reps and just being able to learn with a guy like this is this talented and, coming out of high school is very polished for how young he is. Just, bounce ideas off each other, talk through reads, talk through progressions, go in the meeting room together, watch film together. All those things, iron sharpens iron, and, that's what Coach Lindsey is preaching in our room and to our offense. So,
and that's maybe the place I wanted to go next with it was you two did get the bulk of the reps during spring ball, and you're both young guys. Bryce, obviously a true freshman too. How do you feel like that experience accelerated your development, whereas, other programs you'd be with graduates, seniors, guys like that as well?
I think for me, this is the most reps of football I've gotten since high school. So it was good for me to, go against Coach Wink's defense and all the, certain coverages and blitzes he gives us. And then, also build chemistry with our receivers, throwing in the offseason, things of that sort. So it was really fun for me just to get, reps with the ones, reps with the twos, and I just, still adjust to the speed of the college game.
Just like Jadyn said, honestly, following back up on the iron sharpens iron thing, every single day we compete with each other, even though we're not intentionally doing it, of course. So we're making each other better. So,
Jordan, how did you build off the bowl game and that performance? 12 forced missed tackles, I think a bunch of yards after contact. How did you take that into the offseason? How did that give you confidence?
It's giving me a lot of confidence, and just being the head of that room and getting to talk to TA about the little things about getting a transfer guy it's really important to have that connection with your coach and the people that surround you. So it's just been humbling, and it's been great to be out there and just play and have fun, have that leadership, because after that game I took on a new role of being a leader of this team, and that's something that I want to strive on as a younger guy, is being a leader of this team and taking us to a national championship.
Bryce, you weren't playing yet, but you were at that game on the field. How impressive was Jordan's performance in that game against Alabama?
I was very excited. Me coming in for bowl prep and everything like that. He was one of the biggest names brought up. He was one of the biggest names brought up at the time, so it was very excited to see him play.
Justice has said that you guys got really close right away. Just talk about how you guys bring out the best in each other and how that competition has gone.
Ever since he's came in, it's just I got to actually come when he was getting recruited and sit down with his family, and right away I knew this is a guy we wanted, a guy that would make me better. He's a pro about everything he does, and somebody that I look at that I need to be more like, or how I practice, how I do certain things, and just like they said, iron sharpens iron, and you don't come to Michigan just to be the starter and just walk on and be the guy right away. You come here to compete, and I think a lot of guys our age are running from that. So there's something special at Michigan where the guys want to compete. We're not just here to be the starter as a freshman. We're here to work your butt off and win that job.
I guess both for Jadyn and Jordan, you guys were with this team last year with the program. Obviously, a new offensive system in place with Chip Lindsey. How different has adjusting to his system been compared to last year?
I think it hasn't been a crazy adjustment. I think Coach Lindsey did a great job of kind of keeping the same terminology for a lot of things and just adding his own pizzazz to it. I think, we'll be a lot more explosive when it comes to, the passing game this year, just with the talent we've added on the outside and all those things, with likes of Bryce and myself and Mikey and Jake and all those guys. And then obviously, we're Michigan football, so we're going to run the ball, with Jordan and Justice and all the guys in that room as well. So I think Coach Lindsey did a great job just coming in and kind of observing, what the talent we had on our team was, and then, making that our strong suit, and then, showcasing our strengths.
I would just say we have so many talented coaches, from TA to Kasula, who was the OC of the game. You have Chip that just came in. So Coach Moore, that was an OC at a point. So you have all these smart football IQs that are coming together, and to game plan against us is going to be hard. We have a lot of talent across the board, and just like they said, we're going to use the pass game, but we're sure going to run the ball, and we pride on ourselves, on the guys up front, on the running backs, but we're going to have some more explosive and throw that ball deep.
I was going to ask the quarterbacks, what's it like going against the Wink Martindale defense and the different looks that he's showing you?
It's crazy. I don't really know how to put it into perspective. I don't think there's a lot of coverage that our quarterback room hasn't seen, just with all the different things Coach Wink does and the blitzes he brings. I mean, we're the first college program he's been with since leaving the NFL or whatever. So he brings all the tricks that he learned in his time as an NFL coach. And I mean, I guess we're the victims of some of his calls, if that's how you want to say it.
Honestly, it's a huge transition for me coming from high school, of course, jumping right into that. Honestly, I'd say this is more of like preparation for where he just was, where he just left from the NFL and stuff like that, rather than preparing you for the next game or anything like that. So I'd say that prepared me for the long run and things like that. So
the front seven, are
Yes,
those
sir.
guys as good as advertised? Be honest.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of just gonna say what Bryce said.
Yeah.
I think last year was unique too because I got to take some scout team reps and go against Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant and all those guys, Josiah Stewart. I think this year's defense, this year's front seven has every tool to be just as good, if not better. So,
Jordan, you can't name names, but is it important to you to help bring on the next group of Michigan running backs that could be the greats here? And are you doing that?
We have a great tradition of running backs, and that's something that TA knows, and something that we strive to have is a guy that's going to come in. TA's point is to get guys out in 3 years. Running backs only have so long, so we're trying to bring the best guys and get them out. But we're excited for the guys coming in, and we're just excited that we get to go recruit the top guys, and they want to come to a school like this because we're going to run that ball. Coach Moore already says that if he has to run the ball 32 times, he will.
Are you guys on board with that?
whatever it takes to win.
Bryce, I was going to ask you, all the hype and everything else, social media, how much are you on there? How much do you read? And what's the craziest thing that you've seen somebody say about you, whether it's a Michigan fan or a fan of another school?
Fat.
Can we dispel those?
Yeah.
That was fiction. It was lies.
What was your reaction when you saw that?
I just got off of social media. You feel me? Like that kind of low key. Like I was just sitting there confused because
Right?
it gets to a point, But it's cool though,
So you're not transferring, is what you're telling us, right? We'd heard that one too. I'm just saying,
Where'd
social
that one
media.
come
Ohio
from?
State fan.
Exactly.
Oh, understood. For
Joking.
sure.
Yeah.
For all three of you guys, I mean, where do you feel like personally each of you have made the most strides since this offseason began, heading into fall camp, which starts next week?
Honestly, I say my where I feel like I came the most furthest from is by me being more comfortable. Honestly, by also from JD, of course, he's always letting me know football is football, no matter what level it is, NFL, high school, or college. So just me keeping that in the back of my mind has pushed me and strived me to be the best I could be every single day. So
Bryce said he's not a golfer. Either of you guys out here tearing it up at all?
Oh no,
No?
not me.
Not at all.
Jordan, come on.
I played a little bit. I just started in like 2 months.
Gotcha. It's a tough game to pick up, man. So
Yeah. But I'd say for me, I think number one, I think I took the off season in the weight room pretty serious. Just trying to transform my body and things of that sort, just to be able to take college hits and things like that, and then also just the game slowing down for me as well. Like Bryce said, just remembering that football is football at the end of the day, not making college football bigger than what it is. It's the same game that we've been playing since we were 5 and 6 years old. So things like that, and just being more vocal as a leader now. I'm in my second year, so I think I can talk and express myself a little bit more, and just with the help of Bryce and me and myself and Mikey and Jake, lead this team because we have all the tools to win a national championship. So just making sure that each and every day we're process over prize and making sure that we're on that pace to do what we want to do in the future. So.
For me, it's been pass blocking and protecting the quarterback. That's been a big part that I'm trying to make sure that I'm great at, and just helping out these quarterbacks. That's what I want to do, make their game easier. And just what Jadyn said, be a better leader, be a guy that's young, that's a leader that can get in the seniors and tell them, let's go, it's time to ride. Like, you guys have been here. So just be vocal, and Coach Moore's given me the go to be more vocal, and just because I'm a young guy, that doesn't mean anything. But just leading this team, we don't want to strive for another bowl game. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to win natties, more than one. And if you're not, leave. That's how it is.
Freddie Jackson, has he been hands-on with you, and what does he bring to that room? How much do you love that guy?
Dude, Fred, I could say for all the guys, they love Fred. He's very old school, does things his way, and just to get a laugh, like, he's just funny. Not even trying to be funny. He's just a great guy, and just to have him, there's so much knowledge in that running back room with TA and Freddie J, OG, but them two together is like 70 years of experience, and it's just crazy the knowledge, the verbiage they use. But to have that is, they've coached so many guys, so I'm learning so much every single day, and it's a blessing to have those two guys. It's one of the best rooms I've ever been in the country.
My last thing, Jadyn, you talked about your weightlifting and everything else. Coach Trest from Coach Herb, there was a lot of concern there. Has it been kind of seamless transition?
I would say so. I think, with any change, you're obviously going to have to adapt to a new voice, adapt to a new person, in charge. But I think Coach Trest and his staff has done a tremendous job with making sure that, we feel, ready to play when it comes to Saturdays and playing other opponents. I think we take the strength and conditioning program here at Michigan extremely serious. And we know that it's just as important as, watching film, just as important as, playing the football game. Because at the end of the day, we always say weak things will break. So we're just trying to make sure, we're staying strong and making sure that we can sustain however many games you got to win to get to the natty. So we're just going to make sure our bodies stay prepared and, stay ready so we don't have to get ready. So,
Bryce, what wide receivers and tight ends have stood out to you the most, that have made the best plays, and who are some of your favorite targets you feel like at this point?
Honestly, during the offseason, of course, we spent a lot of time together. I say all of my receivers, we all spent a lot of time together, getting the ball out to each other, learning each other timing and stuff like that. What kind of ball placement would they like, and what's the best way for them to catch the ball. So I say during this offseason, it was pretty much all of them, honestly, because they all surprised me with the work ethic they came with at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, even 8 at night as well. So even when they're not doing nothing, we go to the field, build our time, and build our chemistry together. So,
are your legs an underrated part of your game? Because you racked up a lot of rushing yards in high school, and obviously a dynamic athlete.
Yeah, people think I'm not that athletic. I don't know how, but yeah, but yeah, I say that.
Because
You
you're fat,
run
right?
the ball.
Yeah, I'm fat.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
Can he run, Jordan? Is he like a running back or not?
I think he can take some. They won't let him get hit. I think he's a little soft for that, but other than that, it's all right.
He's 230 now. Is that right?
Bigger than me.
231. So,
What's it been like in the weight room for you, the adjustment coming from high school to college?
it's been fun.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying everything. Coach Tress, just like how Jadyn said, do an amazing job with their staff and everything like that. So can't do nothing but thank him for it. So.
Well, we appreciate you guys being with us, man,
Sure.
and have a great season. And, hey, start hitting some balls, man. Get out there. Jordan, we're going to be watching you next
Yes,
year.
sir.
I feel like Jordan could have a good swing.
Bryce Underwood, Jadyn Davis, Jordan Marshall. Thank you very much, fellas. Have a good race.
Thanks,
Rest of your day.
Guys.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, appreciate you.
that will be the first of many an interview coming here.
Yeah.
The Wolverine. We kind of just jumped right into it because that's what the setup called for today. But for better or worse, this is our Monday podcast, fellas. So good to be back
That's
with
better.
you. First time all three of us have been together in
We're
a
on a
while.
golf course.
But we're not
and-
golfing.
No, but
So-
but this is, I'm telling you, this is better than golfing, in my opinion.
This
The
is-
way I've been playing, absolutely. You've been playing a ton.
This is a beautiful course, too.
Yeah.
They're having the Live event here in late August.
Yeah.
So this is a legit course. This is awesome. Champion Circle has done an unbelievable job with this event, and they're raising a bunch of money to make sure Michigan can stay pretty loaded on the football, basketball front. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see all the live stuff around here on the golf course. Pretty interesting to have. You wonder who's going to be here, right? Do you know? Have you seen the field yet for the guys in the live event here?
No,
Okay.
but I assume it's going to be pretty loaded,
I would
right?
imagine,
Yeah.
right? I don't think I've ever watched a single one.
No,
So, but
no one does.
no, but if you get Brooks Koepka out here and guys like that, then it'd be worth coming out and seeing these guys play.
Yeah, Bryson. No, I would go. I would go. It's
Yeah.
the week before Michigan season, but not to plug Live. And we're not getting paid by the Saudis.
No.
It's not why we're
Not
here
that you
today,
know
of
of.
course. But
Yeah. So
But next up, we do have Davis Warren, Mikey Keene, Justice Haynes. So excited
and
to
there's
talk
the great
to those guys,
Angelique
too.
Chingelis. Hi, Angelique. Do
A
you
lot
want
of
to come and talk?
celebrities around.
we've got it. We've
Yeah,
got
a lot
another
of
microphone.
celebrities.
No, she's going to
So-
pretend she didn't hear us. But this event is great. We did it last year. It's going to kind of be sort of a rotating cast of characters in the mix. So pretty much everyone asks who you're going to talk to. Pretty much everyone. So
Yeah.
over the next hour 45 or so, whoever they give us, we'll be talking to. But
And we can also hear Gus Johnson talking. There's also a father of a prominent NFC North quarterback here.
Correct.
So it's a star-studded event. Max Bredeson in the background there.
he'll be up here at some point.
Yeah, he will be joining us. Oh, okay.
Is that what it is? All right. We'll take whoever we can get, man.
On three.
On three.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we will have Max
We'll
and
have them eventually.
Marlin and those guys later.
A
And
lot of
Dominic
moving
Zvada.
parts here.
Yep.
As big of a celebrity as there is, the king of Columbus, Ohio. But we'll talk to them a little bit later. But yeah, this is, I mean, by all accounts, Champion Circle has helped the staff build an incredible roster on the football side and the basketball side. They're hard at work too. It's been impressive.
Yeah, it really is. Jim McCarthy here, JJ's dad. I see him right there.
That's the father of the prominent
That is
NFC
the father
North
of the
Yeah, it
quarterback.
wasn't
prominent
Jared
NFC
Goff's dad.
quarterback. Somebody asked Jim McCarthy what nationality he was.
Oh, Mikey. Mikey Keene
and I
is
said,
joining
I
us
think
now.
the Mick
Thank
kind
you.
of gives it away, right? How you doing?
Mikey Keene is about to join us
Mikey
here with a
Keene
couple
about
of his
to sit down
teammates.
with us
See ya.
here.
You bet.
It's great radio. What's up?
Absolutely.
doing?
You sit down and
Great
hang
radio
out for a
talking to
minute.
someone not on camera.
The fact that
Great
you've
job
got-
by Chris.
The fact that you've got a guy like him coming back shows you exactly what Michigan's about, though, right?
is.
And how committed they are to making this program better and everything else. And that's probably one of the reasons that Mikey Keene is here, right? What was it, Mikey, that brought you to Ann Arbor? And I talked to Chip Lindsey about you for an article here in our football preview, and he
Come on,
said
Dave.
you were looking for an opportunity not just now, but maybe for after football.
Heck yeah, no. I mean, I feel like the connections and the networking here that you make and meet. I mean, obviously, looking at an event like this, there's a lot of people here with significant status, and it's just super cool to see how they're all tied in with Michigan. Michigan's obviously one of those culturally rich programs, which it's still hard to get a program with such culture and tradition in this new era of college football. But I think Michigan's one of the front runners or the leaders of having that still. So there was a very unique opportunity, obviously, to play at the highest level in the Big Ten and play some real big time football. So it's been a great opportunity so far.
Hey, Justin.
Justice Haynes, running back, also joining us. Davis Warren, quarterback, joining us. Starting quarterback last season, who also golfed today.
Golf.
How did you do?
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Davis is an incredible golfer. So.
Yeah, play a little bit of golf. But I was actually in a car with Coach May, Coach Dusty May, which
Nice.
was a lot of fun.
Is he a stud or what?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Reminds me a lot of, honestly, I think him and Coach Moore have a lot of similarities. And we're talking sports psychology. We're talking skill acquisition, all sorts of big words, and having some really cool conversations and trying to golf at the same time. So it was, it's a lot of fun and just really cool opportunity.
The fact that you're golfing after knee surgery is a positive development. Just talk about your recovery and how things are going.
Yeah, it's been going great.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a long process. Doesn't happen overnight. Definitely learned that pretty quickly, but got a great kind of team I built around me of my surgeon and some guys out in Los Angeles, and then the guys here, Phil and the trainers and Coach Tress and honestly Coach Zach. and the strength staff have done a really good job. So definitely on a positive trajectory and getting better every day, and that's it's cool to see that. So we'll see what happens, but it's we're moving in the right direction.
Want to welcome in Justice in a second, but Davis, what did the team shoot today?
Ooh, I stopped after 9, but I think we were 3 or 4 under, I'd say.
Wow.
So not bad.
Scramble?
Scramble.
Okay.
Scramble.
So how is Dusty?
He's a better he's a better basketball coach than he is a golfer.
He doesn't have time to go.
I can guarantee. He said I asked what his other hobbies are. He just said working out and basketball. So
Yeah. And there's not much working out.
I mean, he looks like he's in good shape, but
yeah.
definitely a lot of basketball on his plate. So he's I think he just got back from a recruiting trip, so a little sore back, some things like that. But he was hitting it better as we went on.
Love it.
Justice for you. I mean, we just talked to Jordan Marshall. You guys are projected to be one of the more productive duos in the conference. Just talk about what you guys could be as a combination and what it's been like to be here so far.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like we can be a very special backfield as a whole. I wouldn't just say us two. It takes a village. It starts with the top with Coach Moore, then carries on to our position room with Coach TA, who does a tremendous job of just pushing us each and every day, getting the best out of us, challenging us to be the best group. But he pushes all of us, and in that whole group, we have a really great group, from top to bottom, from youngest guy to oldest guy. We got a great group, a competitive group, but a group of really good men at the same time. And then my transition here has been awesome. Best decision I ever made. They've welcomed me in. The whole team has welcomed me in as a whole. Wonderfully, but the running back room especially has really been special. Just the way the brotherhood, the relationships that I built, and the way that they've brought me along, carried me in, brought me in as a brother. The way they pushed me, the way I pushed them, things I've learned from them, things they learned from me. It's just been great. It's been a great mesh that we've put.
Mikey, I'm going to ask you, obviously disappointing that you didn't get to play in the spring. Can you talk about your recovery, how you're coming along, and what you hope to accomplish here in the next month and a half here before the season starts?
Yeah, coming along just fine.
Yeah.
Excited to be able to get back out there with the guys. Was an unfortunate situation, but be ready to go. So obviously sucks not being able to get the reps and the camaraderie with the team, but just trying to do what I can to be the best team as possible. Got closer with Davis in the off season. We were together. Rehab group going strong. We were on that rogue bike, getting some miles in. I'm curious to see how many miles like the guys in the injured lifts have gotten on that rogue bike, because it's been some work on that thing. But no, excited to get back and going with the team. Summer skills has been good, so we're excited for the opportunity for this year. Got a really tight-knit group, like Justice was saying. Obviously, coming in as a transfer is a little bit different, but having veteran guys like a Davis who have been here for their whole career, just telling you the lay of the land and all those different things that go with that has been super cool. Obviously, been in college football a while, too, so I understand how it goes, the off-season and how it rolls around camp's coming around and season, so understand the flow of those things. So just excited to have a good final year and send us off with a bang. Heck yeah.
Davis, you still living with Bredy and O'Leary and all those guys?
Still living with those guys right now.
Is it pretty incredible to think about the Ohio State game? Max bullies Jack Sawyer into submission. He's crying at the end of the game. You don't have to respond to any of this. This is just me. Helmet comes off, helps the clock situation at the end. You were the starting quarterback in a win over Ohio State. Joe Taylor was incredible on special teams, and Peyton had an unbelievable catch as well, and you were able to find him. That chemistry was on display there, but your house in that game, I mean, that was it's legendary type of stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see. Not gonna lie, to all come in together as young guys and kind of looking to prove ourselves and being able to put ourselves in that situation. I think it's just a testament to, I think all of us and the work that they've all put in. But I think on top of that, testament to Michigan and like the development, starting with Coach Harbaugh, continuing with Coach Moore, and like the best guys are going to play. Like if you're playing the best in practice, Coach Harbaugh used to say, how do you know who's playing the best? The guys that are practicing the best. Yeah. So and all the development of all the coaches we've had, starting with Coach Kasula, recruiting us all in, believing in all of us, and then also him being back as a part of the staff last year, seeing all his kind of work come to fruition was really awesome. So it was pretty special, and we definitely got some good mementos from that from that game up on the mantle. We have the ball
Okay.
The actual game ball, and then we have like kind of the game ball that has like the score on it and stuff that the EQ staff does for us for players of the game, and then picture of Bredy kind of in that spot, and then trying to think what else. We have a few other kind of random things from our years that we've collected up there, a little different than some family pictures that most people have on their mantle, but I mean, they're pretty sweet, so it makes it feel like home.
And Jason Avant got the flag back for you.
Yeah, he did.
That was amazing.
He did. That was amazing.
Classic.
For the quarterbacks here, we just had Bryce Underwood and Jadyn Davis on set with us. Where have you been most impressed with how those two young guys came along while you guys were on the rehab circuit?
Yeah, I think obviously Jadyn was with us last year, and his development has been noticeable for sure, both physically and mentally. And I think both those guys mentally, it's not easy to bring in to come into a new offense. Even I was learning it in the spring, even though I was hurt, and those guys really took it in stride, and they were the ones who had to apply it day in and day out on the field to try to make the most against a really good defense day in and day out in practice. And it's trial by fire, same thing, we went through last year, against a really good defense. That was the best defense we faced all year was the one we faced in practice, and it really prepares you. And they had to go through that as young guys. And so I think it's really going to help them as we get into the season. And I think just their maturity with, each play is an independent event. It has no bearing on the last and no bearing on the next, and being able to turn the page. That's hard to do. It's easy as a young guy to get caught up in this, and not every play is going to be perfect. So they did a great job all around, mentally doing it, and obviously physically. They're highly rated guys and more than capable of playing the game at this level. So I don't know if Mikey's got anything to add, but he was the one who was kind of in this system before.
Yeah.
Right. So he had kind of his own unique spin on things and was a huge help to everybody in the room. So
yeah, that one pretty much covers it, I think.
Does that help though? Like, you played for Chip, and obviously that relationship helped get you to Michigan and draw maybe your interest level. But how have you seen that in terms of you picking up the offense right back to how it was?
Right. It's kind of a remembering how to get back and ride a bike. I haven't been in that system for 2 years, but at the same time, you understand the principles. I mean, you kind of drill it in your head and kind of always remember it and take the things that you like. And we were on the same page on the stuff that we liked when I was at UCF with Coach Chip. So it's a pretty seamless transition. But just touching on Jadyn and Bryce, I think that their maturity has been very impressive. Obviously, not the easiest situation going into spring with two quarterbacks. Not the most ideal situation as well. And their relationship is very unique too. And I enjoy watching them collaborate together. And they have a great chemistry. And sometimes you don't get that in quarterback rooms because obviously we're very highly competitive dudes. Everyone wants that one spot. But it's been awesome to see that their relationship has not been altered at all, or there's no animosity. And that's how great teams are driven by the quarterback room and the relationships that go into that. So I'm proud of our quarterback room and how we've handled everything so far, and I know that we'll continue going in the right direction.
And you have the unique perspective of playing in the big house for another team. Talk about that experience a little bit and what you remember about that.
I got some experiences for sure. No, but obviously, like, I didn't end up thinking that I was gonna, regardless of however that game went out, I knew that I was going to be remembering it for the rest of my life, telling my grandkids about that I got to play in the big house. I knew when I saw the schedule release that was going to be cool. And then obviously to come full circle and be at this place is pretty unique. So I'm excited to be on the
winning side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But no, obviously a great experience. Game went how it went. But no, it's surreal to be in this position, and I'm just blessed to be here, in all honesty.
Justice, how would you explain, Jordan was just talking about it, how Michigan's different because guys are embracing wanting to compete with each other, even at the same position group. He said, he's helping recruit some other running backs to come in. How is the culture at Michigan? How would you describe it? And what is Sherrone Moore? What kind of tone has he set?
I feel like the culture here is just, put your head down and work. You're going to get everything you earn. You got to earn everything you get. And so there's a fine line. There's a certain standard here. We talk about it all the time just in the running back room, but I feel like there's a certain standard on this team. And, that's to beat Ohio State and to win a national championship. And every day, we're striving and pushing to go do that. And we're competing each and every day. Our running back room, like I talked about earlier, is highly competitive. We want to be the best room in the country. And we talk about it all the time. there shouldn't be a person outside the running back room that can tell who the leader in the running back room is. We all the leaders of the room. All got to be that dude that can go out there, and Coach Alford can be like, there can be any dude out there playing. So I think there's just a certain standard. You got to live up to that standard.
When you realized you were going to transfer, how quickly did Michigan come to mind, and how quickly did they act to kind of land you?
I think Michigan acted fairly quickly. Coach Tony Alford and I had a really strong relationship with me coming out of high school. He almost got me towards the end there when he was at Ohio State. But so I think that really helped, just knowing Coach Alford, the strong relationship that we had. So Michigan acted quickly. And then I was like, yeah, let me give Michigan a shot. Came up here, fell in love with the place. Best decision I ever made. Wouldn't take it back for the world.
Justice, when you hear the stories that Davis was talking about and the mementos they have, and you talk, you hear me talk about Jack Sawyer crying at the end of the game. Again, you don't need to respond to that. How excited are you to be in that rivalry? I know, like you said, you almost went there, but now you're here. You've been in big rivalries before, but this one is special as well.
Yeah, this rivalry, the stories I've heard about it just surreal. I can't wait to play in it. It's going to be very exciting. We talk about it all the time. I was talking about it with the guys. Like, they're like, just wait till you play in it. It's different. It's different. I hear about it all the time. There's no red in the building. What are you doing to beat Ohio State? We come in the building. Like, stuff like that. Like, it really means a lot. And you can tell that it means a lot. I'm learning about the history as I'm going on, because with me not ever playing in the rivalry, really, just kind of getting knowledge on it and stuff like that. But it's definitely exciting playing it. So can't wait.
Davis, how far along are you in your recovery now? Can you talk to us about that? Have they given you a timetable about when you might return?
Yeah, nothing kind of set in stone yet. We're just kind of doing some kind of some milestone marker testing and things out in LA, which that all went well. Kind of waiting to hear with that. So I think once we get some of those results, we'll have a better idea. But kind of hard to tell until then. But definitely ahead of schedule. Not just saying that because everyone says that. That's
right.
I mean that, and I've taken that to heart of trying to get back as fast as I can, and just see what happens. Me and Coach Lindsay have been having some good conversations, and I've been preparing like I am out there, even though I'm not. And if that time comes where they're going to need me and I'm healthy, then I'll be ready to go and do truly whatever I can to make sure we get a win. So I got no doubt about that. So. We'll see what happens.
And then talk about Jake Garcia's addition and what you've seen from him.
Yeah, Jake's been great. He's come in totally humble, just willing to learn, and he's kind of been around the block. Definitely, just like Bryce and Jadyn and Mikey, like highly talented guys, and a highly rated guy. So he's a great addition. Definitely, excited to have him, and just like Justice talked about, and Mikey, like he's understood the culture from day one and what this place is about. No animosity, no backstabbing, no bad blood, just a ton of guys who freaking love football, trying to get better at football and win a lot of games and win games in November and December. And I guess January too now. So it's been great to have him and he's been awesome.
Justice, you played at Oklahoma last year, right? What was that environment like? And have you told your teammates about some of the stuff they can expect? Obviously, it'd be more probably that week, but I mean, you've been in that environment. I think you're the only guy.
Yeah, that environment was electric. We did get bit pretty bad there, so it was more electric. Yeah. It was more electric. The fans were a little more hostile. Every time team comes like that, but that game's going to be a really good game. The stands, it's right here on you. You're going to hear everything, every word, whatever, them throwing stuff at you. It's going to be right there, right on you. Sideline and the stands are right there. So, but that environment, with it being a night game, it's going to be electric. They're going to be hooting and hollering. It's going to be a good college Saturday. So.
I asked Jordan about Fred Jackson. Have you gotten to know Freddie J pretty well and your impressions of him?
Freddie J's my dude.
Old Fred.
Yeah, I love Freddie J. That was also a big reason, why I also came here. Just the wealth of knowledge that Freddie J has. Usually you see someone in the running back room or just in rooms in general, like that's helping out the running back coach or whatever position coach it is, he's younger. But Freddie J is a lot older than
Been around.
TA.
Been around the block.
Yeah, been around the block, and he has a wealth of knowledge. With him and TA's knowledge combined, I don't think you can get anything better than that in the country. But Freddie J, he's awesome. Just a great man of faith. He's pushed me in my faith, pushed me as a man. He's pushed me on the field, off the field. I love being around Freddie J. Just a great role model, great coach, great man. But yeah, love Freddie J.
Guys, thanks for being with
Yeah,
us.
appreciate it. We got to keep
Welcome
you
to
guys
Ann
moving.
Arbor and Davis. Good luck with the rest of your rehab.
appreciate it.
You bet.
Thanks for coming on, boys.
See you soon.
Yep, appreciate
Sir.
it.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Thanks, Mikey.
Great to meet you. Take care.
That
Unbelievable.
was Mikey,
representatives.
Keene,
They are.
Justice Haynes.
Doesn't-
I mean, that's a
doesn't-
starting
Warren.
quarterback that won at Ohio State in
You
the
know how many-
same.
You know
Yeah,
how many there are? There's like, and you're
there aren't that many. Well, there's
Yeah.
what
Drew
Henson.
Yeah.
There's JJ McCarthy. There's Davis Warren.
Absolutely. So
We got our
what's
next
up,
group
gentlemen?
rotating in now.
Yep, there you go. You got 4? Yep. All right.
Joe Taylor.
Go.
How you doing?
Welcome, Donaven McCulley as well. Semaj Morgan. Everyone knows Semaj Morgan.
Everybody knows Semaj Morgan.
And
Remember
Peyton O'Leary. We were just talking about the catch. I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But
As a matter of fact, we were talking to Davis about that, and we were talking the night before I was at the Chop House. I saw the Warrens and the O'Learys having dinner together, and they both had huge smiles on their faces about their boys potentially starting. They wouldn't confirm anything because they're on, but just talk about that relationship and how that's grown.
Yeah, Davis and I were roommates freshman year. He actually reached out to me the day we committed, although we were walk-ons. He reached out to me and said, if you want to be my roommate, and ever since we've been best friends. We've lived together for 4 straight years. We're actually moving out of our house where we used to roommate with Joe Taylor and Max Bredeson. We're actually moving to an apartment, Davis and I. So that, I mean, he's like blood to me. He's my best friend for life, and I love that kid to death.
You guys had enough of Bredeson and Taylor?
Yeah, absolutely. We're done with them.
How many times have you watched the replay of your catch? Be honest here, and how many comments have you gotten on that?
A lot of comments. I mean, I haven't watched it a couple times. Like during the week, it was everywhere. But I mean, it was fun. It was good.
Yeah, and that whole experience being down there, when you guys went into that game, nobody was giving you guys a shot. Just talk about the mentality and what it takes to win in Columbus.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, last year obviously we have a different group this year, but last year we weren't backing down from anyone. We walked into the place and expected to win, and obviously they tried to intimidate us, but we weren't having that, and we went down there, trusted our game plan, and got a W.
I guess, Donaven, for you, I mean, what's been the most fun about, I know there were whispers in the transfer portal before that you had interest in Michigan, but now you're finally here, get to be part of this program, and seems like you'll have a pretty prominent role as well.
Just, I'm excited to just come in and be able to work with like a group of guys like Maj, Joe, Peyton, Brad. I feel like the dynamic of the receiver room is definitely going to change over this next course of the year. I feel like we're extremely deep. Like, we got guys that can come in and do their job, and I feel like we got guys that can come in and do like more than their job, Yeah, that's what I'm excited about, to really get out here with these guys and just attack everybody, every DB.
Semaj, same question for you. Just go. Well, what does the receiver room got this year? I know you got stuff to say.
To be honest with you, man, it's gonna be real special. It's gonna be way different. Like McCulley said. Like, we got some young guys coming in, and we also got the same guys, that we had the past few years, that's going to be able to get a chance to shine. So, I'm really excited to see what, our new guys like McCulley and Simp and, our freshmen going to do, because, like, going through the spring and going through the summer, I've seen a lot of great things from them, and I can't wait to see, like, they full talent on the field. So, just like, we've been working a lot, man. And I feel like it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off real big time for the season. So I'm really excited to see everybody be able to put those talents out there, because a lot of the guys in the room now, we still have yet to be able to go out there and do like what we really want to do. So I'm just excited for everybody to be able to come into their own person this year.
Semaj, what do you like about Chip Lindsey's offense? What's different about it? And you feel like there'll be more opportunities for the receivers?
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. I like Coach Chip because he's real creative. Like, coming in the spring, a lot of the plays like that would go up on the board. Like, he Like you can really tell like his wheels are turning, and you know I really appreciate that. And you know he got a real good track record. Like coming from North Carolina, you know like in every other school he's been at, he always like had a small guy and he used small guys. So you know I'm really appreciative of that because I'm a smaller guy, and you know like just like his track record of you know spreading out the offense a little bit more. Like it's gonna be a lot of good things that people are going to see from us this year, and I just can't wait for us to put it on display.
Joe, what's it like living with these guys? I feel like you didn't get a chance to defend yourself there. And secondly, if you could talk about what makes your role on special teams unique and what the special teams unit is looking to do this season.
Yeah, no, I mean, first living with Brady and Peyton and Davis, it was definitely interesting. Every night there was something going down. If there was a game on, if you know Peyton was up playing Fortnite probably until midnight some nights. He still does that. There's nights I probably didn't sleep that much because he was yelling at the TV. But no, I mean it's been awesome being able to build that relationship with them, and you know, I mean those are my brothers, those are my guys. Came in with them as walk-ons, and it's paid off for us. So it's cool to you know be a part of that and you know grow with them and see you know all of them grow into the role that they're in now. And then special teams wise, I mean, I think for us it's just kind of it's obviously not like you know people aren't really attracted to special teams. People only really notice special teams unless you do something really good or really bad. But no, I think for us it's just kind of setting the tone. I mean, obviously you're the first play of the game and it's a third of the game too, and people tend to forget about that. So just kind of being aggressive, like playing with our hair on fire, and just you know kind of putting fear into our opponent when they put on the tape, and you know changing the game in any aspect we can.
Full disclosure, I'm a Dexter guy.
Oh.
But anyway.
Yeah, I never lost to them.
Exactly. I know you didn't. I was going to ask you about that. But just talk about where you've come from and where you are. Was this always a dream of yours? And when you go back to 2023, has it really kind of sunk in what you've accomplished and where you've come from and where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, being a local kid, you always, you know, Denard was a huge, you know, when I was growing up, it was like, oh, Denard, I was a little kid and, you know, I had my shoelaces undone, you know, playing around the backyard, like acting like I was Denard. But no, it's been awesome to be able to, you know, be a part of this program, be a part of, you know, programs so close to home, and, you know, having family and friends that can come every weekend to the games and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's been awesome being able to, you know, be a part of Michigan and just being able to be a part of the process to, you know, be in the shoes that I'm in now. But yeah, no, the national championship, it's been cool. I mean, it hasn't really sunk in. I mean, the season's so long that it's like you don't really, until it's over, you don't really have time to process everything. So, I mean, even now, it's still kind of, you know, yeah, you got the rings and you got the banners and all that stuff. But I think, you know, once I'm done here, it'll probably sink in a little bit more.
Donaven, everybody talks about when you come here, it feels a little bit different. Talk about how you've been embraced and just kind of what the culture here at Michigan feels like.
Just coming here, I think, you know, like with these guys here, I think they really like allowed me to just come in and work with them. Like they allowed me to, or they embraced me pretty well. Like it wasn't really nothing rocky or nothing like that. You know, strength staff doing a good job. You know, working hard all summer, all winter. Coach Bell, Coach Moore, those are the two that like really recruited me pretty hard. And when I got here, they were just the same people. You know, they were the same people in the recruiting process. And yeah, I think I just adjusted pretty well.
What's it like catching passes from Bryce Underwood? Everybody wants to know. Obviously, the other quarterbacks didn't get much of an opportunity, but the big arm and everything else for the receivers.
Catching passes from Bryce is pretty good. You know, catching passes from all of the QBs is pretty good. Like I feel like they all have great arms. You know, they all do what they're supposed to do on the field. You know, and get us the ball when we need the ball. You know.
Yeah, I think how much of Bryce oozes talent, and it's always fun to look back there and know that he's in the huddle with us. It's awesome to have that talent with us, but obviously all the quarterbacks. I mean, we're a little limited in the spring, small doses, but we really Bryce and Jadyn's development really showed, and we're excited to move forward in fall camp. We know how big fall camp is. We kind of say that spring ball is more for development. Obviously, it's still so big, but fall camp is where your stripes are earned. So we're excited to dive into fall camp and see where the quarterback position can go. Obviously, Davis is still battling a knee injury, but we have, I mean, every single guy in there has a chance to start, and all of us are excited to watch them compete, and we're going to do the best of our ability to help each quarterback out.
Me being from the Detroit area, knowing Bryce before I came or he came to college, it's just the level that he's at now from when I left and came to school. Like just seeing how much he grown, like I'm just proud, and I'm so ready to like just play with that. You know what I'm saying? But like Peyton said, like all our quarterbacks, they've been competing. Like I like in the spring catching passes from him, Bryce and Jadyn, like. You just seeing like the competitive nature just coming out of both of them, and like I can't wait for fall camp to come around so we can be able to see all of them, like even our two new ones like Mikey and Jake. Like I can't wait to be able to see those two, see what those guys can do. Like it's just gonna be a great year. And whoever gonna be on the field, man, we all gonna play 100% for them. Whoever throwing us the ball, we gonna catch it. So that's what we need people to know. Like it don't matter who back there, we gonna catch the ball. Do our job. So
I guess Peyton, can you talk about the difference maybe in the wide receiver room this year and what you think the next step is for this group? Because a lot of guys are back, and then there are new guys like Donaven, Anthony Simpson. So how was the mesh, and how do you feel like you guys are going to lift your game?
Absolutely. The mesh has been great. I mean, Don and Simp have brought veteran presence, and I mean, obviously Don has played a lot and produced a lot, so we're excited for him to. I mean, he's a tremendous talent. We can't wait to watch him, and we're going to support him the best we can. And we're all excited to watch him do what he is supposed to do and will do. From building from last year, I mean, I think this year we're tremendously way deeper than we were last year. I think we have more dudes. Coach Bell always says, like, it's not like last year, like, everyone has to give 100%. You can't take a day off in our group because someone's going to pass you if not. So, I mean, we're looking forward to the freshmen really getting into it in fall camp. Now they have the playbook under their boat. Obviously, the guys we had last year, Dub, Semaj, Fred, Kendrick is still working through something, but he's on his way back. We're excited for him to come back, and we're excited for. They say we weren't as experienced last year, or they were saying we were a young room, but I think we just weren't as experienced. And obviously, we all have another year under our belt, and it's really exciting to see how Semaj has developed, and Fred has developed, and Kendrick has developed, and obviously Don and Joe T obviously brings a lot of value in our receiver room, and we're excited for him.
Gentlemen, we appreciate your time. Have a great season, and we'll see you in about a month and a half.
Thanks for having us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, buddy. You bet. Nice to meet you.
That's the crew right there.
Wide receiver crew. And here come the big uglies. Yeah.
It might get a little tight.
And that's a compliment, just so you know. As you know,
Feel free to take a seat wherever.
I can see Greg Crippen's not amused. So,
Greg Crippen joining us.
Nice to meet you.
Andrew Babalola joining us. Nice to meet you, man. Welcome to the show.
Absolutely. We might as well start with Andrew and what it's like. Been several months in Ann Arbor, and obviously you knew a lot about this program. They told you a lot about this program. What's it been like in that experience and being embraced by this culture?
It's been great. You know what I mean? Obviously I was born here, born in Bloomfield Township. Yep. I don't remember much though because I moved to Kansas City when I was young, but it's been great so far. You know what I mean? I think coming early definitely helped getting adjusted and acclimated to everything, especially because I didn't pick up football until I was, much older in my high school career. And so just getting used to how things flow, you know what I mean? On the field and off the field, it's been great so far.
Why is it that it took you so long to embrace football? You didn't like contact, or?
I was a big basketball player.
Okay.
I did the whole thing, with AAU, camps, all that. I was a big basketball player until my junior year of high school. So, yeah, that was my first love, definitely.
Does that athleticism help you as a tackle?
I would definitely say it does, you know what I mean? Just with the, footwork and coordination and stuff like that. Say it does. Sure.
Greg, what has he brought to this room and seeing him in the last several months? And by the way, Greg Crippen, starting center for Michigan. Welcome to the show. But
yeah, appreciate you having me. I think he's done a great job so far. I mean, coming in, and obviously, I think the biggest thing sometimes with younger people, like younger guys coming in here, is just because they don't know the playbook as well, and it's hard to play fast on the field when you don't really know what you're doing. And I think he's done a great job at that, especially through spring ball and just kind of playing, being able to like actually learn technique and getting to that level, because you gotta do one thing before you do the other, and that's really good.
Talking to people close to the program, they say that you've really put in the time this summer. And what's your goal here? Obviously, you have team goals, but individually, how do you want to elevate your game, and where do you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, the reality last year was, for me personally, was not good enough, and I know that, and I'm improving on everything that I need to improve on, and yeah, I'm very excited. Just put in a lot of work. It's all about football, and becoming the best player I could be for this team, and play football as long as I can.
Andrew, you may be next to Gio on the line. You will be either way. You were last year. Now he moved over to the other side. What have you seen from him, and what is it like playing next to him for both of you guys that often do play next to him?
Yeah, I think with Gio, first and foremost, he's just a leader. I mean, just like Cripp, he pushes the young guys, the older guys. It really doesn't matter if you're an offensive lineman, if you're a DB, it doesn't matter. Gio's going to push you. He's going to, bring the leadership, to really the whole program. So just his leadership, that stood out to me, and, it's great being with him every day.
What was your biggest improvement from week 1, would you say, to practice 1 to practice 15 in spring? Where did the game slow down for you?
Yeah, I would say in the middle, really just getting acclimated to the speed of college football.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think, as Cripp said, just when you're a young guy, you try to, your head spinning, and, you're thinking about what's the technique, so what's the play, what's the call here, stuff like that, and so I think really during the middle of spring ball, things just slowed down for me, and I started getting acclimated to the speed of the game more, and, everything started clicking.
Cripp, what's it like playing next to Gio?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been with him for a long time, so it's a great relationship, and just our relationship obviously is great, and being able to communicate. But I think as offensive line as a whole, we've done a really good job. I think better than in the past. Sometimes becoming closer, we've been hanging out a lot with each other and building that great connection. Because Coach Morse says a lot to us, just especially me and Gio, to bring everyone along, and we want to be the best offensive line in the country. So.
Then what do you feel like the benefit for a guy like Gio has been moving back over to the left side of the offensive line?
Just being comfortable. Like, it's like, even like when you're younger, knowing the playbook and stuff like that is, when you're more comfortable at something, you could play faster. Like, the game slows down. Like, everything becomes easier. And for him, I think it seems that's something that he likes.
One of the memories that I have, the lasting memories of that Ohio State game, is the raw emotion that you showed walking off the field. Just talk about remembering that experience last year and what that really meant to you to win down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of ups and downs, in my career here at Michigan, and things have at times may not panned out the way I wanted to, but overcoming a lot, and just keep pushing, pushing as hard as I can, trying to do the right thing all the time, and I guess that's what I thought came to mind, and I saw my family, my girlfriend, and that made me really happy too, and just just everything you go through sometimes in a moment like that, you kind of reflect on, it's worth it, I'll tell anyone, like, just keep pushing, and everything will be great.
Did you get pepper sprayed too, or not? Was that part of the emotion? Okay.
No, I was not.
I did.
I was with my family, so
His tears were from the pepper spray. I don't know about yours, but
it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was crazy.
I remember come back and people were like, "My eyes," and I'm like, "What the heck's going on?"
Right. I know. I had no clue what had happened.
Yeah.
Andrew, what were your impressions of that Ohio State game? Where were you watching? What were you feeling watching these guys go into enemy territory with no one believing in them and coming out and really bullying them for 60 minutes?
Yeah, I was on my couch watching the game, and obviously, everybody's talking about Ohio State, this great team, best team in the country, Michigan's having a down year, blah blah blah. But I'll just remember watching that video of the guys coming out of the tunnel, you know what I mean, and hoisting the flag up while all the Ohio State fans are spewing stuff at them, and then just really just acting fearless, you know what I mean, and like warriors and going out there, and so. Watching that game, it was unbelievable. Dude, how the offensive line played, how the defense stepped up, how everyone did. So, yeah, it was a moment that I'll definitely remember forever.
Cripp, what was that like running out there? I mean, I assume you, like the rest of us, that video comes up on social media like once a day, but you lived it and you were running out there, and that had to feel good knowing that you guys went in there and kicked their ass.
It was awesome. It was Yeah, I watched that video. That video's awesome. But yeah, just going out of the tunnel, like they're not nice people. So, a lot of
They're not.
profanity and stuff
Can
like
you expand
that.
on that?
Yeah,
Or just
I'm not gonna say what they said, but they're not very nice people that over there. But I mean, it was super cool just walking out. They just get you like it's not scary, right? Like it gets you pumped up. You're like, you want to shut them up. So.
And then it's a team sport. Everyone has to do their part and pull their weight. But do you guys feel a little more pressure this year, knowing that you guys can sort of be the engine of wherever this goes?
No, I mean that's what we want, right? I mean, we want to be we want to be like our office line. We want to be the ones who are looked at like to be the ones who are doing great and stuff like that, and pushing everyone around us and leading the team to wins and stuff like that. And that's what we want, right? And that's how it should be.
Andrew, you're in the mix at left tackle, and a lot of people are saying, hey, he's going to have as good an opportunity as anybody. Have you let that sink in at all? And it's not very often that true freshmen start at tackle in Michigan.
Yeah, I think for me, really just the biggest thing has just been staying level-headed and keeping my head down. You know what I mean? I love going to work with the guys new every single day, and I know that no matter what happens, the coaches, they're going to put me in a position to succeed and not to fail. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to go out in fall camp and see what I can do.
What's it like going against that defensive line? And I would imagine that was kind of an eye-opener.
It definitely was. I mean, in my opinion, we have the best defensive line in the country, and it's not particularly close. You know what I mean? Our edges, our defensive tackles, their size, what they can do, their intelligence. It's a challenge every single day, but at the end of the day, I know it's one that's going to make me better, and as well, it's going to make going up against other teams easier. So it's a blessing to go against those every day.
Cripp, you were a freshman back in the day. What kind of adjustment is it for a freshman knowing that he may be playing? I know most guys redshirt. I mean, how impressive is that he's put himself in that position?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't just happen this year. Like he's I'm gonna try now. I strong feeling he's been trying to be at his best for a long time, and that's where you want to be, right? I mean, when I was a freshman, that was where I was trying to be. How everyone wants to be the freshman year, and putting himself in that situation is awesome.
Has it gotten easier with Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant out of there?
No, I think it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, people play differently. Like obviously, time you kind of learn things, how they play and stuff like that. You get used to it. And I think adding Troy Williams is a strong guy, and it's working different type of things. He comes off the ball super, fast, and it's very strong, and I think it's helped me a lot. Being able to get my feet in the ground fast and push them back, try to push them back and stuff. And everyone you go against is a little bit different, and obviously Mason and Kenneth are extremely good, but you get that different type of player. It's good. It's good work.
Great. Gentlemen, we appreciate your time.
Thanks
Have a
for
great
coming
year,
through.
month and a half here. And does it feel like it's coming up quickly?
We have a lot to do before then.
Yeah.
Like we have camp and stuff like that. My girlfriend asked me that yesterday, and she's like, "Oh, like so soon?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got whole camp. It's, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited. Ready to go. But we a lot of work to do then, and I'm excited for it.
Last thing for me, Juan Castillo, what has he brought? What kind of character is he?
He's the best. He's awesome. He's learned so much from. I mean, everyone. Babalola, he can say that too. Probably the same thing I'm saying, and that he's a very hard worker, and he's there every day. I try to bother him as much as I can to try to get as much work as I can, and he's always outside working with everyone. Some days it's not awesome. Like every single offensive line came out here and got work, and it's like, yeah, it's awesome. That's how it should be, and trying to learn from him as much as I can. We all can, because he coached him for a long time and knows what he's doing, and I'm he's trying to be the best player I can be. So it's awesome.
Last thing, the other freshman linemen, your thoughts, early impressions on the guys coming in?
Yeah, they're really talented. I mean, they all get their own. I haven't seen Ty play yet, but he's done a very good job in the weight room. And just seeing some of the things he's been doing, but I think they all have their own skill sets that show that they can be very good players, and I'm excited to see that in the future. And
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for
Appreciate
coming
you
through,
guys.
guys.
Good luck this
Thanks for
season.
having us.
Thanks so much.
And it's great to meet you.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, man.
All right,
The
folks,
offensive line.
we're about an hour into this so far, so
Goes fast, guys.
it does go fast when you're bringing guys through it at that breakneck speed. I see you have the schedule over there. What do our people have to look?
We're about to
next?
shift to defense, and we appreciate the offense, but we got some big personalities coming in pretty soon. Switching over to defense will be TJ Guy, Jimmy Rolder, Dom Nichols, and Ernest Hausman. I'm excited to see how loud Dom Nichols talks into the mic, because he might be the loudest player on this team.
He might not need one of these.
Is that true? I don't think I've been privy to that.
The volume level is very high. I think we'll see here in just a second, but excited to talk some defense. I thought the offense, there's a lot of excitement around what they can be with the new offensive coordinator, the new group of quarterbacks, some of the reinforcements coming in. Haynes, we talked to Donaven, McCulley at the skill positions. There's more talent there, I think, than last season at several positions, including quarterback, the most important one.
Yeah, and looking at the quarterback group, you know what? I remember I wrote an article in our football preview about potential captains on this team, and the guy I left off was maybe one of the most obvious, in Davis Warren. I forgot that he was coming, and he's kind of the forgotten man because he's going through a surgery, and you think about that. But seeing him walk around, hearing that he played 9 holes today was awesome. People are going to talk about, what he didn't do or what he didn't accomplish in the Ohio State game. You know what he did? He won. And as we were talking again, 3 guys, man, in your lifetime that have ever won in Columbus, I think it is, which is unbelievable.
Who was the last one before Henson?
Before Henson would have been Elvis Grbac, I believe.
Or did Greasy at all or no?
I'm sorry, Greasy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
In 96?
Yeah, and it was.
So that was just before. That was a month before I was born.
Started the game, and then Brian Greasy came in.
So, okay.
Ty Streets takes one a long way, and they came out of nowhere. So lots of fun. Sounds good.
Okay. We're actually sticking with offense then. We thought we were going defense, but we got some studs coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dominic Zvada is part of the offense.
Right over here, buddy.
One there, and then just over here. Marlin Klein, tight end. Max Bredeson, returning captain on this team, tight end fullback.
You could only avoid us for so long.
Yeah, he was just over here reading his own feature.
Can tell
in the magazine.
Can tell how thrilled they are to be doing more media.
Right.
So,
special guest Lou Esposito drives by in a golf cart.
Who actually talks to the offensive guys. So I'd talk about his personality, guys, all of you. I mean, it just seems like he's just a great guy to have in the building.
The D-line coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's the best. He's the best. He's like best friends with Coach Kasula, our coach.
Yep. Understood. So
yeah, they were at Davenport together, Ferris State, I believe, at the very least.
Yeah. Max doesn't know.
Yeah.
Or care. So
I mean, it's a deep relationship. Dominic Zvada makes his debut on the podcast. We've been talking a lot about the Ohio State game. We were talking to Davis about it, Peyton O'Leary. One of the more underrated things of that game is that you played at Ohio State when you were at Arkansas State.
Yep.
So you had been there. And then it's ice in the veins on November 30th last year. The long kick, and then not an easy kick, a short kick, but not easy in that pressure. What was that experience like coming back there and winning for Michigan this time?
It was a crazy experience. I think that the whole season really, but that whole week I was pretty much manifesting, I'm not getting on that plane home upset. Whatever it took, I can only do so much. These guys, put in a lot more of the physical work and, do a lot of the heavy lifting and stuff like that. I just come and, put the cherry on the cake. But, it was a crazy experience to go out there and to, perform at a high level and, take the win against, our big rival. That's always a big thing. So it was a crazy experience.
Didn't look like there were any nerves at all. Is that part of just being a kicker with the ice in the veins?
Yeah, so it's as cliche as it sounds. Every kick feels the same, whether it's against Arkansas State, Fresno State, Texas, Ohio State. Doesn't really matter. I mean, for us, it's just all we have is the snapper and holder. That's all we got to worry about. So, and when I don't have to worry about them, it's my job's even easier. So I didn't have to worry about any of that last year. It was just see that ball go down and put it through. It doesn't matter who's in the crowd, who's on the other side. So. For me, it's just the same kick every time.
It's like a video game.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, and who was responsible? The OHIO. We got who was the mastermind?
That
was legendary.
Yeah, so originally it was just gonna be Tommy Doman, the punter, and I. We just wanted to do OH. And then Hudson Hollenbeck came kind of strolling around. So we were like, okay, well, now we have the I. And then we were like, let's just find one more. And, William Wagner happened to be strolling by too. So we're like, let's just get a specialist picture. And we didn't even notice, the more famous picture with the fight going on in the front. We didn't really even plan that. It was just some photographer was in front of us and we were just taking a picture. And then we saw that picture on the, plane ride home, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is so sick. So we saw that for the first time, and I like showing Tommy and Hudson, and we're like, dude, this is crazy. And then obviously it blew up, and it's been an iconic picture now. So yeah, cool.
Marlin, you had some big catches in that game as well. What do you remember from that? And then also for you and Max, like when he gets up there, what level of confidence do you have in him, knowing that the offense did everything he could? Now it's his turn to put some points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, there was no doubt in my mind. But that's really how I feel about every single player on our team. Whoever the coaches decide to put out there, I trust the coaches that they pick the right guy. So there's no doubt in my mind on whoever I'm out there with. So yeah, he's one of them. I mean, he's the best kicker in the country. Was that last year? Should have won the award for the best kicker in the country. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody in the country is going to realize this year what he's capable of, and he's going to have my trust throughout the season.
Yes, like speak on the confidence I have him. Like when we come back to the sideline, I don't know if Dom want to hear this. I don't think I've ever watched one of his kicks. I go sit down. We got in field goal range. I go sit down, count as 3, sit in my chair, and check the scoreboard. It is. Sorry, that's how much confidence I have in you.
Yeah. I feel like that could be that's not nerves. That's just straight confidence at all. Because like some quarterbacks don't watch the kicks and things like that.
Like the Ohio State one, I obviously watch, but like I'm always coming back and like now you have like an iPad. So
sure, yeah.
Check the drive, look up, another 3 added, and it's like
I love
keep going. Yeah, I'd say it's a mix of confidence and like routine.
Marlin, obviously with Colston gone, you're gonna have to step up. There's a lot of confidence in you in that room. Just talk about. Is there any pressure on that you feel, or do you feel pretty confident about assuming that role?
Yeah, I mean, I'm truly confident in myself and what I'm capable of. It's been, 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
I've always known what I'm going to be, where I was going to be in the future here. Being able to learn from guys like AJ Barner, Luke Schoolmaker. I mean, I really sat behind the best. I've never sat behind anybody that's not playing in the NFL right now. So really just being able to take that each and every single day for the past 3 years and still being here with Brady. It's just going to be fun this year. I'm going to put out there what I'm capable of, which is going to be great. And I'm trying to be the best tight end in the country for my team so that we can have a successful season.
I asked Chip Lindsey about, is this a tight end friendly offense this spring? And he said, absolutely. And he talked about the room a little bit. Have you sensed that? And are there going to be more opportunities, do you think, in the passing game?
Yeah, definitely. But in the end of the day, Coach Lindsey can only do so much. The QBs, and I got to make the plays on Saturday. So, but I'm really happy that he's here. What he's shown throughout the spring, throughout the summer, and really just ready to get to work with him on Monday for fall camp. So it's gonna be exciting.
Max, I think you got snubbed last year for the Low Man award. There was a video on Bustin' of the Boys. You were saying you're coming for that this year. And for people that don't know, Pardon My Take puts on the Fullback of the Year award. Legit, like group of fullbacks that vote on it. So it is a pretty legit award. I think you've been deserving the last couple of years. Is that a actual goal? I know it's probably more back of your mind, but just talk about that and maybe what it's going to take. Is it going to be maybe a couple more opportunities in the pass game that maybe they'll look at you more, or how do you view that?
I don't really take much into that award. Fullback's a team position, so team success to me is personal success. Goal line touchdown, happy as I could be. It feels like a touchdown for Michigan. It's a touchdown for me.
I was talking to Fred Jackson for an article in the Football Preview and asking him about who are the top 5 blocking fullbacks that he's had at Michigan. This goes way back now, right? Because Fred Jackson's not a young guy.
Oh, yeah.
With all due respect, Freddie. But just how much pride do you take in that understanding and knowing that even though maybe the fans don't see what you accomplish, your teammates know?
Yeah, that's the only people say it's a thankless job, and I say I'm thanked all the time. My teammates care, and that's all I really care about. We score points, and as long as we have good drives, it's all like the thanks should be wins, the thanks are touchdowns, thanks are all the championships. That's what the real that's what real praise is in this game.
Last we talked to you was after the Alabama game. You had a decision to make about what you were going to do next. What was it that brought you back this year?
I could talk about this for hours and what brought me back. I mean, the people. I love Michigan. Play with my best friends and all that. Like, I go on for hours about what this place means to me. Like, every time you put on the winged helmet, it's special. So, as much as I can do it, I'll always do it.
How did Jack Sawyer's helmet come off at the end of that?
We were both playing football, and we were both playing very competitively. And
Quit putting him on spot. You're gonna get us in trouble here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an underrated part because it helped the clock situation.
People don't know that. Yeah, there was actually a clock run off because of that play.
Yep. Yeah,
that's great.
Things
And
happen.
is that the photo you have framed? And that Davis was saying on your guys' mantle, there's like the footballs from the Ohio State game, and there's a photo of you during that game. Or was he lying?
No, what we have framed is there's a quote that Davis wrote down for me, and it said, "I'd die for Ann Arbor," and that's what's hung up on the mantle. It's our centerpiece of our house.
Love it.
Yep.
Do you have that picture down of the OHIOs anywhere in your house? Or
I actually don't, but I've had a lot of. I've never really had the opportunity to take one home.
Clay's got 5. Do you want one? So.
I've signed plenty of them, but yeah, actually, I don't actually have. I had one, but I gave it to my grandpa as a birthday gift. So
Gotcha.
he really wanted it, so I figured I'd make him happy. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. Talk about some of the younger kickers and the punters. A lot of people obviously have some consternation about that. It's going to be somebody who probably doesn't have as much experience.
Yeah, so we got Stuart Blake right now and Beckham Sutherland, two guys on the squad right now, and we got a recruit coming in who's fairly good. He's he's a 5-star recruit, and he's promising. Beckham's a great kicker. He came from Texas State. He was actually a pro soccer player.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper, and so he's got just a ginormous leg. So he's going to be really good when he gets his opportunity. And Stuart Blake is a young talent. He's from Pennsylvania. He can put it between the sticks. He can do kickoffs, punts. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife. So both of those guys are going to be really good. And then, I can talk about Hudson Hollenbeck too, our punter that's going to, have an opportunity this season. So he's going to have a really good shot. I think he's going to have a really good year, be up there in contention for the Guy Award. So yeah, we have a really special room. A lot of great guys. Competition is always, we're competing every day with each other, and anyone on any given day can be the best. So we have a great room, and I'm blessed to be in a room with such great guys.
Has Michigan lived up to your expectations? Was everything you thought it would be?
And more. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just unreal. The things I've experienced here, I'd never thought I'd experience in my life. And committing here, I thought I knew what I was getting myself into, but I had no idea. So it's been a true blessing, and I'm just excited to be here. So,
Marlin, talk about the rest of that tight end room and what you've seen from those guys.
Yeah, I think right now there's only 2 guys that have really seen game action where the fans can really remember right now. But there's so many guys, and I think that we really take pride in that. That at the end of the day, like if I go down, if Max goes down, like we know we're gonna be fine because we have so many guys like Zach Marshall. You guys have seen Jalen Hoffman throughout the spring game, but there's so many guys like Hogan Hansen, Brady Priestcorn, Eli Owens is coming along. So and really like that takes a lot of weight off of our shoulders. Because if we need one or if we go down, like there's no worries in my mind that Zach Marshall, Jalen Hoffman, Hogan Hansen are going to get the job done. So that's we really take pride in that, and just super proud of those guys coming along.
Max, did Hoffman surprise you at all when we're catching all those passes in the spring game? We know he has that ability, but he was supposed to be the next Max Bredeson, and he's out there catching 100 yards in passes.
No, not at all. That's all throughout spring, he had a great spring, and seeing him do that didn't surprise me at all. He's all about it. He's a dog.
How often do you talk to your brother, and how proud is he of what you've accomplished?
Well, text Chris.
And why wouldn't he text me back for an article in the football? I'm just kidding. I think I had his old number.
I don't know why he didn't text you back.
I don't think he liked me. I think that's what it was.
What is his number?
Yeah, exactly. For those people out there watching. Yeah.
Me and Ben don't like talk football a lot.
Yeah.
When we do, it's like normally around the family, like joking around and start like joke around saying we're speaking a different language than the rest of the family. But we kind of like I'll talk to him here and there about stuff, but we both have like we've said it before, like we both have very different ways about going about football, and like they both work in their own ways. But he's always a great guy to have there. He's like done basically the exact same thing that I've done. So like if you've had someone already kind of walk that path, it's good to always be able to talk to.
So from a player leadership standpoint, how has this offseason felt different from last year's?
I think the turnaround with Coach Moore, like we've now, like he's been our head coach this whole time. That's definitely different, but this is different energy, different feeling. Like it's with the new era of college football and like transfer portal, like it's different. You're getting new players in who like are coming from different programs, and being able to like help them buy into Michigan football and everything we do here has been like a really fun part of the job. And definitely that's like doing things that are special to Michigan that we do differently, and like showing that this is the blueprint and this is how it works. That's something that's different, and it's definitely exciting to do.
Tom, your thoughts on the Gus Johnson call on your kick? How many times have you watched that, and do you remember it?
Yeah, I do remember it. He's right there. Actually, we got a video of us saying it together. So,
Did you really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
So it was super cool to meet him, and yeah, well, I have it on my phone, but yeah, no, it's super cool. And yeah, just I mean, you go around. It actually started with Coach Moore with him saying Zvada every time I made a kick in practice, and it kind of just I don't know how he got how he heard about it, but it just started. Yeah, so now it's what everyone says when they see me. It's Zvada. So
you better put that online so everybody can see it. Go viral.
You think I'd do pretty good?
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Classic.
Max, you were saying off air that you're excited for Las Vegas Big Ten Media Day. Second time you're going. It's pretty rare. Why are you excited? And
because it's Vegas.
Yeah, I know. But you guys are so in and out. Walk us through that behind the scenes, what it's going to be like, because you've been to one of these before. Can we come on the private jet?
See if I can make space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last year, like obviously it's different being in Indianapolis, but Michigan's in and out. We're a detailed, tight ship. So we'll be there. I think we fly right back right away. But get there, a lot of pictures. Talk to you guys again.
Yep.
A lot of like we talk to each like CBS, NBC, like everyone and all their stories, and take more pictures. And it's kind of just it's a fun experience to be able to. It's an honor to be able to represent Michigan. And, it's a fun time. It's because I get to talk about it all my best friends. Just it's an opportunity to tell the world about how much I love my team.
Do you have your suit picked out?
I do.
What are we going with? There's a
I think
surprise.
I like it.
Okay.
It's like a all black, double breasted.
Nice.
Shout out to State and Liberty.
Yep.
Shout out Carl.
There you go. You can make it that your draft day suit too. So, there you go.
Well, it's a longer flight each way. So what are you guys going to do to pass the time?
I don't know. Probably gonna be an early one.
Just be careful out there, all right? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah,
but
I think we're in and out,
we
but
need
they
you
don't
back
have
here.
that's the thing. Like, I mean,
They're
we're gonna have a
projecting.
little
Those
more
two will
time.
be there. They're projecting.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. How long are you guys
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
there?
fun. Wednesday to
Probably
Friday.
a lot longer than you.
But
Yeah.
Friday's scheduled. I mean, we'll see if we make it out alive.
Depends on how long we're detained. So, but guys, we appreciate you so much, and
Thanks so much
have a
for
great
coming in.
year.
So
We'll see you
much.
guys in a month and a half. Hard to believe it's coming up
Appreciate
so quick. Thanks, man.
See you guys in a month and a half.
Yeah.
See you Thursday. Yeah.
That's right, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
Max Bredeson, Marlin, Klein, Dominic Zvada.
Nobody wants to see your face.
Good stuff from all of them.
Yeah.
How'd you hit him? Yeah, you would.
And that might be it for the offense, Anthony, before we move to defense. But
Well, we've got
those are three important guys on offense. Like, I know Zvada special teams, but he puts
Okay.
as much points
How
on as
fun
anybody.
was that? I mean,
That was great.
Zvada. And there's
He's-
Gus Johnson right over there for people who can't see him. And
Yes.
So that was just fantastic.
But he's a fan favorite. Like, when we dropped the list of all the people we'd be interviewing today, the most responses we got were, "Oh, I can't wait to listen to Dominic Zvada talk." So, I mean, he's that much of a legend already. 21 of 22 last year.
Yeah.
Program record, 7 kicks of 50-plus yards.
And I
Just
didn't get
incredible.
a chance to ask him why. He could have gone. Yeah, you'd strike while the iron's hot. This guy
Right.
could have been in the NFL this year, but he loves Michigan so much. And that's why I've got a good feeling about this team and the culture and the leadership and everything else. Dominic Zvada is a perfect example of a guy who came here and fit right in immediately, right? And look what he's accomplished.
Well, and part of it too is that not that the kicks that he made last year weren't consequential, but you have a chance this year where they're more consequential because you're going to be in the mix to maybe play for a college football playoff berth. And, when you get into games like that too, you better have the best kicker on the field because that's the margin of error. So,
well, look at Ohio State was thinking the same thing last year, right?
Yep.
And I remember I remember Ryan Day saying in the post game, "Well, we all have jobs to do." When he was talking about our kickers, you got to do your job, and apparently he didn't get the memo.
And Ryan Day's got to do his. He hasn't beaten
Ryan
Michigan
Day's
in a
gotta do
long,
his, too.
long time.
You can point fingers all you want to, but you know where the buck stops, baby. So, who we got coming up next? Or they're kind of winging it.
We
here,
don't
I
know. We
think.
just kind of get.
So-
We might be getting Rod Moore, Zeke Berry.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
no, we're
okay.
good. It's out of order, but it's all good.
No problem.
We just had a captain in Max Bredeson. We'll have another captain in Rod Moore, who
right.
will
Looking
join us
good.
in a second. And
Give
Zeke
us a
Berry, maybe
second
one more
to
as well. You guys can
get
come
organized.
on through if you're
You
ready.
guys can
Yep.
come on.
Yep, more media.
Good to see
How
you.
we feeling?
Welcome back.
Good.
To see you. Welcome
Rod
back.
Moore and Zeke Berry. And
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, we know who you are. Believe me.
TJ Metcalf, Arkansas transfer, who has been impressive
Yeah,
so
you-
far, right?
You like the shot? You guys think you look good?
How's it looking?
Looks great.
Yeah. A visor guy. How about that? Rod, I've got to ask you first. Everybody's been asking us constantly. Social media's been asking how you're coming along, how you're progressing from your injury, and you expecting to be out there for the opener. No, come on, man. You're scaring people.
I'm going pretty good. I'm probably at about 85%, 85%. And really, I'll just know more based off of how camp goes on when I'll be back, whether that's the first, second, or third game. We don't know yet. But it's going pretty good right now. I'm doing everything, running, cutting, doing a couple DB drills. So it's just all based off of how this month goes.
Any pain yet? You still feeling pretty good when you work out, or is it?
I mean, I think I'm gonna have pain.
Yep.
For a while, it's different types of pain.
Yeah.
Hurt and sore. It's more of like soreness.
Okay.
Just because like I haven't did a lot of stuff for about 15 months.
Yep.
So that comes with it. So I'm kind of used to it already.
We have Shamari Earls joining us as well, freshman corner. Zeke, I guess for you, how impressive has Shamari been in the early going, watching him and seeing his growth in the first few months here on campus?
I mean, it's him showing up. I know you can see like the length he has, long arms, long legs, being able to move at the length and how tall he is. I mean, I feel like that's something we're going to need at the corner spot, as an addition. I mean, to keep working, have a work ethic like nobody else has. And I feel like it'd be fine from there.
And he's wearing number 2, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? What went into that decision?
At first, I didn't really want the number, but coach seen something in me. Talking to Will and Charles Woodson, they see something in me, so I just went ahead and took on the challenge.
So you talked to Charles about it? Yeah.
What Charles say?
He said he looked kind of like did some scouting on me. He thinks I'm a pretty good player, and I met him a couple times on my recruitment. So I mean, we already had the relationship pre-built, and they let me have the number, but like if I mess up or like I don't hold up to the upstandard of the number, then I guess yeah.
Well, he's always telling the guys, man. Yeah. Yeah. No. He always says to the guys wearing number 2, there's a standard here, and you guys better meet it. So, Zeke, you can play anywhere, obviously. Do you have a favorite position, and is there one that you feel like you're best at?
For me, I feel like I don't really have a position set to where I like to be all the time. Being able to play multiple positions, have that versatility, I feel like, is better for me as a person, for teams in the NFL and stuff like that. But I feel like I've been liking a lot of corner, I like nickel and I like safety, just like to play ball.
TJ, what's it been like being at Michigan? I know we talked to you in the spring, but several months in now and fall camp's a little bit away. What's it been like joining this new, family on the team and where your role could be?
Oh yeah, I like it here. I love it here. Just being here, it's been everything that I wanted like out of a program. I feel like we get better, each and every day. As players wise, I feel like we all coming together. We getting closer to with each other. So I know that's gonna be big for us. Throughout the season, we can just stick together and everybody keep making plays. But Michigan, I love it here. It's been good for me.
Do you have a position you like more? Is it high safety, nickel, or where do you envision that being?
I mean, I play mostly safety, but I am very flexible at a lot of positions. I know that I'm a good football player, so I could, I have the confidence to play any position, that the coach put me at. So,
Rod, what have you seen from these guys last year and then this year that gives you confidence that even if you're out on the field, that these guys are going to get the job done?
Are you talking about these guys right here?
All of you guys as a unit.
I mean, when you start back in the spring, I just seen a lot of improvement from the guys up front. You know, we lost a couple guys this year. We added Derrick. I mean, you know, we've been had Derrick.
Yeah.
Been had Derrick. But you know, and then second level, when you talk about the backers, you still got Ernest, Rayshaun. I mean, both you look at those guys, you see how they come out and play football. And I mean, the back end, we're pretty young but very talented. You know, you got Zeke back. He's very, very mature on the field, and TJ playing at Arkansas. You know, they both make a lot of plays, and I mean, I don't want to keep singling people out. I'm talking about these two right here, but like guys like B Hill, Jair Hill, like the whole defensive back room is kind of deep, and just like I can't wait to go through camp with these guys, like to be able to teach them what I know, and to see where we go from there because I already know how we're gonna go this year.
How hard was it watching that Ohio State game from the sideline last year and not being out on that field?
I mean, at that point, I kind of got used to it on the sideline, so it wasn't really that hard. It was just hard in the fact of like we have to win this game.
Yeah,
and it was such a nail biter. Like it took forever. It was close the whole game, and it was a slow game. So, but I actually enjoyed it because I was just on the sideline yelling the whole game, just talking what I was talking. So.
Yeah, you're getting a little excited, according to Sherrone Moore.
Yeah,
So,
I got a flag when Amir got the pick because I ran on the field. I forgot I went on the field. I thought I was on the field, but yeah.
Did you get some crap for that?
Nah, I was just like, my bad.
Well, yeah.
Just like, all right.
Hey, also well, it ends well. So, hey Zeke, was that an OPI on the touchdown in that Ohio State game? Rod's gonna say yes.
You can see it. You can run it back and you can
Absolutely.
see it.
I think it was.
I
I
did
seen the
too.
highlights.
Oh, one guy I forgot Rayshaun.
Right. The difference between Arkansas and Michigan when you in terms of how they approach things, are there a lot of similarities?
Yeah, it's a lot of similarities. I can't say that Arkansas didn't hold us to a standard because they did. I learned a lot while I was at Arkansas. You know, obviously things are, you know, a tad bit different here, but that's the kind of different that I like. I feel like what we're doing here moves us into the right direction, you know, to be the type of team that they was, you know, a couple years ago. And, you know, Arkansas, you know, it's a good program. You know, I don't have a lot of bad things to say about the program. I enjoyed my time there.
Rod, are the turnover buffs coming back? And is Will Johnson going to now pay for them now that he's a very wealthy man?
I really can't give you any insight on that information yet, but just stay tuned.
Stay tuned?
Yeah.
All right. Zeke, are they coming back? He won't give me any information.
Stay tuned, just like you said.
Where are they now? Who's got them?
Well, yeah, who hung on?
So,
Yeah.
It's supposed to be me. I don't know where they at. It was supposed to be
he had the most turnovers.
Yeah, you had the strip.
Because I got the ones
Couple
from my
picks.
sophomore year, so you should have.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened. No, I didn't get them yet.
So we have no clue where those are.
No clue. But
Yeah, because you have the ones because you had what 4 picks in 1 year. Yeah. Okay. So we got to figure that out. That's
I will be figuring that out.
I'm gonna do some investigative reporting on that. Shamari, what's it been like? And are you excited to potentially wear those one day if they are coming back? But what's it been like for you being here and your experience so far, knowing that, and not just in the number 2, like you're joining a group of guys that also have a long, you know, legacy here.
I mean, it's been great. I mean, since first day since I stepped in, I know the older guys, they were already on me, you know, mentoring me, leading me through. And I mean, that's what they're doing every day. I mean, as a team, I feel like they're trying to get the team all on one page. And, you know, like to be a successful team, the older guys got to be able to push the young guys. It can't always be the coaches, you know. And then everybody do themselves. But I mean, transitioning been pretty good. I mean, I'm glad I early enrolled. I definitely feel like I made the right choice, and I'm just ready to play.
Zeke, what are the transfer corners like that have come in? Caleb Anderson being one of them. What have you seen from him?
I'll say the same thing, you know, just like Shamari, you know, he's lengthy, he's long, you know, and he moves great for his size. You know, me and him has gotten some extra work in, some DB drills, you know, just, you know, gotten to know each other, you know, built that bond, you know. So I feel like, you know, CA is going to be a, you know, a good addition for the team, just like how everybody else is, you know what I mean?
Rod, take us through what your day is like when it comes to rehab and what you have to go through.
Right now?
Yeah. Other than golfing. Yeah.
Right now, it's kind of a little bit slower on the rehab side of things because, like, I'm kind of like doing everything, but I have like a return to play coach that I work with rather than the group on like running days. So I come in, stretch whatever, do my running day, running, and then just lift with the group after that. Either I go do rehab at a facility or I go somewhere else.
When you're cutting and stuff like that, are you getting pretty close to being back to where you were in terms of what you can do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost. It's gonna take some time, but almost.
Yeah.
Been a lot of talk about with the new offense and Chip Lindsey. They're going to push the ball down the field a little bit more. How has that challenged you guys in practice? And I guess also your impressions of a newer, revamped quarterback room.
I can speak from watching. His offense is a little different than what we've had because Michigan's always been a running type of offense, but like their splits, their alignments, the way where they break off routes is kind of different than what we've seen. So it's kind of harder for our rules and coverage. It's a little different, but I like it a lot because it helps us. Yeah. Like it's gonna give us more time on defense to rest instead of the runs don't work and we're going right back out there 3 plays later. So and then you've seen the quarterback room. We got Jadyn and Bryce. They're both competing, and both of them are great players. And we're just gonna see who takes the spot when we play on the 30th.
Zeke, you seem to agree there with that. That's challenging you. Some of the changes they've made to the routes and everything.
Yeah, I would say definitely it's challenged us. Seeing something different, from what we usually see. Something different from just running the ball all the time. And now, getting that pass aspect. I feel like it's a good challenge for us to have early on in the summer. So we can be prepared for those teams that are heavy passers throughout the season. Stuff like that.
Last question, Shamari, who's been the toughest cover for you, wide receiver wise, in the early going?
Donaven McCulley.
What's he do well?
It's just size. Length. Me being long too, it helps me cover him. But it's just going up being a guy who's 6'5", but also running pretty well. He's really good stride too. It's just a challenge. Every time we line up, me him talking trash and teammate way, dapping up after every play. But he always gives 100%. He's always pushing me, working me, everything. Like overall, 100% great teammate.
Gentlemen, we appreciate your time. Have a great season.
It's not. It's on the table.
All right. We'll be okay. Appreciate you guys. Have a great season. We'll see you in about a month and a half. Take care. Nice to meet you. See you again. Thanks, sir. Sorry, TK.
Thank you, man.
You want to talk about this? I don't know. We do not do the rankings. I'll tell you that. Yeah, exactly. He was talking about potentially his 5th star last year that he didn't get.
That is not our department.
No,
unfortunately.
I'm not in charge of that. Hell, Charles Woodson watched his tape, gave him the number 2. That should be good enough.
Well, I got the blooper of the day, calling TJ Metcalf, JT
Barrett.
Yeah, congratulations, Chris Ballas. You're a pro. So been doing this for how long? So anyway, what are you gonna do? So I think we got one more group. Is that right?
Yeah, we might have.
I think 2 more.
2 more. Yep. 1, 2, 3.
So we've
4.
I think we're getting some of the
defensive
linemen
coming over.
It's about time. We've talked a lot of offense. We're starting to get some defense. So I'm excited. There's Ricky Friedland, little Ricky.
You're good.
Yeah, we're on the air. This guy has a sandwich at Zingerman's.
You guys can come on in if you're ready.
He is. So, hey, how's it going? See you. Good to meet you. Trey Chris Ballas. How you doing, brother? Nice to see you. Absolutely.
Trey Williams.
Hey, Derrick. Good to see you, buddy.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. Clemson transfer, defensive tackle. Derrick Moore. Everyone knows him.
Right.
Rayshaun Benny in a second. He's making a quick wardrobe change,
Rayshaun
but he's ready to go.
big.
We appreciate that.
I just sit on the
end. No, you sit right there.
Rayshaun, good to see you.
So, good to see you,
Thanks
Rayshaun.
for coming on.
Good to see you.
Should I go over there?
No, you're good. Right there. It's great.
You're great.
Trey, how did you golf? It was you and Semaj in a cart. You and Semaj Morgan. There were no clubs on the back, so you were borrowing that. Did you break any of their clubs, and how did you play?
I didn't break any clubs, but I lost a lot of golf balls.
Sure.
Those are expensive too, man.
That's how I golf.
And I didn't realize that until they told me. They were like, "Man, I gotta give you my messed up balls." I was like, "Well, okay, don't give me a new one."
Right. Well, they're like $5 a piece, right, Clay? You should know.
They're probably playing Pro Vs.
Probably Pro Vs. So,
did either of you guys play? Well,
I did a little bit. I got out there with Coach Espo. Oh, my bad. I got out there a little bit with Coach Espo. I ain't hit too much, but first time.
First time.
I did the same thing with Trey. I lost a lot of balls, but I made contact on some too. We ain't gonna discredit that.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely made contact. That's half the battle. I gotta learn how to aim it.
That's the biggest thing. I don't know how to aim it. It
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
wherever. It go
It's
wherever.
kind
I
of
go.
important.
I
Yeah.
don't.
That's a big part of the game. So, Trey, I got to ask you about Quentin. Obviously, you guys go way back, and he's been talking to you
Asking about who?
Q.
Okay,
So you guys go way back, and was that a big part of the reason, or any part of the reason that you ended up in Michigan?
Partly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just know how Michigan treated him over his time here. So it definitely gave him a leg up, I would say, in my process coming here. But I also had to see it for myself. You know, got around these guys.
Yeah.
And it made it easy to come here. It made my decision easy.
Just talk a little bit about how you fit in this room and how you guys have kind of adapted to each other.
I mean, I guess the fit is a better question for them.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't here before that. But, I mean, they welcomed me with open arms. I feel like I've been playing with these guys my whole career. So it's good. Appreciate them.
And Derrick Moore joins us as well. He's Alabama's worst enemy. 2
Worst
sacks in
nightmare.
that game.
Worst nightmare.
Yeah, worst nightmare. 2 sacks. The
Yeah.
game, the year before, a sack, and stop on 4th down. Well, what's that like? I mean, does Justice Haynes? Well, he wasn't around for the last game, but he probably doesn't like you very much.
Nah. I talk a lot of trash to him, but he a Michigan man now, so he ain't gotta deal with it no more. But he actually coming up right now. But he know what it is. hey, Justice.
What up, Justice?
What up, man? And we talking about the Alabama, man. We talking about Alabama. Yeah. I said.
He's on the winner
That's
now.
on the winner side now.
That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Derrick, it feels like your turn, man. When you look at the great edges that have played here, and obviously you've shown flashes of what you can do, how important is it to you to take that thing to the next level?
I feel like it's really important, like you said, I have been around, a lot of great guys and in that room. I just sat back and, just watch, learn a lot from them. Things like that, I still talk to a lot of them guys. They give me a lot of feedback on, what they saw from me and things like that. Going into this season, they pretty much just tell me, just let it all out. They know what I could do. I know what I can do. But they challenged me to, really just, pull out everything out of my bag and just go out to be a ball player.
Rayshaun, same question for you because you've only backed up 3 first-round picks and Chris Jenkins. I mean, it's been a hell of a group that you've played alongside because you had huge roles on those teams too. But what are you looking to show this year, considering that you're kind of the guy that's coming back?
I think the biggest thing that I want to show is just no drop in production. I could play the same ball that the guys before me could play. See the whole thing where it's big shoes to fill and big roles to play. I always had that pressure for myself anyway. So it's nothing to me. I'm just looking forward to being able to prove to people who've been knew what I can do right and prove myself right. Just showing that it been that, I just won my turn at that time. So that's the biggest thing.
What has Trey brought to the room? He was saying it'd be a better question for you guys. What has he brought? And also Damon Payne too is another transfer.
Yeah. Trey brought to the room. I think the biggest thing Trey brought to the room is energy. Me, I'm more so laid back, not too much gonna talk. Him, he gonna talk your ear off and some more. Then he gonna talk to anybody too. So he gonna keep the conversation going. So I think the biggest thing he brought is a older mindset, being able to teach me, even still, and just be able to pass along the message to the young guys, showing them, the process of growing up and being behind people, because it's a role you got to play, that you got to learn. It's a simple fact you got to learn. If it's your time, it's your time, and just being able to be patient and humble.
Derrick, high standards for this defensive line. Obviously, you want to keep that going. And we've heard from Wink Martindale that he expects this defense could even be better. Why would he say that?
For sure, I think it will be better, than the previous years, and the reason why I say that, when you really look at this defensive line, you really look at it all around. It's a lot of guys who've been patient and been waiting their turn, So I feel like this year will make us different is that we just all hungry. I feel like we all ready to, go out and just play great.
especially play together. And that's one thing I love about the D line.
TJ guys, been one of those guys. What do we expect to see from him?
I'm gonna say everything really. TJ, especially I train with TJ. The stuff that people don't see TJ doing, I feel like TJ don't get a lot of his name. Like he don't get his name out there a lot. I feel like a lot of people doubt him and sleep on him a lot. And it's pretty much because he been waiting. He been waiting his turn. But last year he pretty much showed what he is worth. So I feel like this year he's gonna show pretty much the nation that he can ball out and play at the next level.
For the two guys on each side of me here, Lou Esposito was kind of thrown into the fire last offseason when he joined the program, and now you guys have had a full year to work with him. You're going into your second year working with him now. What has he brought to your room, and how has he helped you guys individually?
I'll go first. I say he brought a developed mindset. He kind of, when I think of him, I kind of think about like multiple coaches. He kind of remind me as a personality as my my first coach, Coach Noah. Then like he got coaching styles of I say Coach Mike Elston. So just being able to take away bits and pieces from him, he's a good person, good coach. He liked to make it fun for us, instead of it just being like a job. You feel me? Like we're coming in, everybody want to make jokes. You feel me? Before we get the meeting serious, just to lighten up the mood because you never know what somebody going through. And he always, the one to bring around the energy. We got this thing along the building. Everybody be taking this phrase. We call each other kid. Everybody be like, "What's up, kid?" So yeah, I say his energy and his attitude he bring to work.
I say the same thing. When Coach Louis first came around, like the first thing he welcomed everybody with his energy. He can flip it on real quick. Like he can pretty much get all of us hyped up for a football game. Like really, like real quick. Like motivational speech be like on point and everything like that. But he also, he also challenged us to like remember why we get up and do this every day. Why, like, who we doing it for, and like to like remember our why. You never like forget, never forget that things like that. So that's probably the few things I love about having Coach Lou.
Even with that, like not just our why, we know all our teammates why. We know why everybody is pushing each other. So it just help us. For example, one player mom, you feel me? Like, so you see him not, he not fully there today. Like, hey man, come on, mom need this, So just us being able to do it for each other and not be so selfish. Everything we do is for each other.
That's awesome. Trey has said on the record, we talked about this over there earlier, that he would get a penalty if he got a pick six. He'd celebrate so crazy. Then he would go to the oxygen tank if it's a long run. Rayshaun, any celebration in mind if you got one? And same thing for Derrick.
I got one that come to my mind. It's a TTG favorite. I don't know if I'll probably be in the same category as Trey. I'm probably getting a penalty too. But I feel like I earned it.
Yeah, if any one of us.
That's a once in a lifetime, man.
Yeah, I was about to say I ain't never scored a touchdown before.
You got one.
I want to be honest. So with me, so everything for my first sack and my first touchdown came across like my hometown, like Maryland. I ended up getting a touchdown, and I ain't really get to do what I wanted to do. But this year, if I get a pick six, I pretty much told Coach Moore, I was like, "Hey,
forget it."
I said, "You just gotta just let it happen.
Take the 15.
We gonna make up for it. We gonna make up for it."
I said,
what does he say to that?
He used to say, "Hey, man,
we better be up. We better be up 3 or 4 scores." Is probably what he's saying.
Really.
Yeah,
it's really about the timing of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully the timing of it play right to where the penalty don't even matter.
I said 40. I said like 40 family members in the crowd. I got to jump in the crowd.
Yeah,
got to.
That's fair if you're back in Maryland. Well, and Jalen Harrell took his helmet off against Ohio State after Rod's pick a couple years ago. Yeah. Didn't matter, but the review happened. It was like, oh shit.
Coach Harbaugh was hot.
You just gotta know the timing.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
but, it ended up working out. So
it did. Trey, you've been waiting. You've been waiting a while to be completely healthy, and here you are. Can you just talk about where you are in terms of your health and how excited you are to go through a season like that?
Man, I'm 110% healthy.
Yep.
The off season has been great. This is my first off season where I've been able to stack what I did the year before. on top of it another year without having to deal with any setbacks or injuries and stuff like that. So, I just feel good. I'm blessed, like be able to play, do everything with the guys and stuff like that. So I'm just blessed. I'm ready. I'm ready to play. We start camping about a week and a half. So it's time to go.
Talk about the offensive line and how much those guys have challenged you.
Oh, yeah.
Coming along.
Yeah, they've challenged me tremendously at practice. Gio, Nate and Phoebe, Crippen, Jake, all those guys, man, they make practice real tough. But I know because they make practice tough, it's going to be easier for the game. So, yeah, shout out to those guys for sure.
What worked for you in that playoff game? 2 sacks against Texas last year. Are you excited to help Michigan potentially get back to the playoff?
Man, I ain't trying to. We are going back to the playoff. But, I don't know. It wasn't nothing different. I was just trying to use my power. That's what I'm good at. So I just use my power, just trying to be disruptive, make plays. That game didn't end how I wanted to, but we're gonna rewrite that story with a new team. So yeah.
Rayshaun, is that one of the goals? Get back to the postseason and make a run?
Facts. It's real big for me. It's something I kind of take to heart because I missed the natty year when I got hurt. So I kind of feel like I want to bring my own thing, and do it for myself to where like I can look back and take pride in it. Not that I can't take pride in our other ring, but this one would mean more to me. And I just think that's the ultimate best feeling for us to be able to do it, not just once but twice. So,
sure. Gentlemen, we appreciate your time. Week and a half.
Thanks so much.
Good luck to you, Derrick. We'll see you in Vegas. Be careful out there.
Oh, I'm trying to.
You excited?
Hey, casino might take me down.
You can have time, yeah. Thanks, Rayshaun. He's got Big Ten Media Days. Derrick Moore, Max Bredeson will be out there. Thanks, Derrick. Appreciate you, man.
Some big.
It's a heck of a D line. Yeah,
some big fellas. That look like they're in
rotate
great
10
shape.
deep on the D line.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be a fun season watching those guys.
Yeah, and talking to some people close to the program, they said, 4 deep on the edges. We've got 4 guys. We got 6 guys inside that we can rotate. So I think that's what's going to make this team. If this defense is better, that's going to be one of the reasons is that depth. So Rayshaun looks as big and as in good a shape as I've seen him here. So
yep, everyone's in the best shape of their lives.
That's what they say this time of year.
Yeah,
So,
best shape of your life.
setting records.
Productive summer.
Yeah,
all those things, right?
Setting records. I wish I could get there. It takes a little longer. Every year takes a little bit longer. So.
I've started to notice that. Not for you, for
Thanks.
me.
I was gonna say thanks
for me.
Amy. Exactly. Well, when you go to Germany for your honeymoon, and
Well, I mean,
drink all
I'll tell you
kinds of
what.
beer.
I did so much
True.
walking in that country.
Yeah.
I feel lighter. I don't know if I look lighter, but I feel lighter.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. But,
Yeah, I think you have to walk like 5 miles for each German beer or something like that. Is that?
Well, I'll tell you what. The only math I know is that 1 German beer will give you a buzz over there. That's the only math I remember.
Well, that's awesome that you got to do that.
Yeah. So I think we have one more group coming through at this point.
We do.
Scheduled, yes.
Yeah, we'll see if they're still here or if they took off on
We'll
us.
we'll talk. We'll filibuster until
Yeah.
we do get them. But
Yeah, we'll study the names so that we get them all
we
right.
turn it
here.
around on you guys for a bit. Big Ten Media Days this week. You guys will both be out there. I believe Johnny Borton will be out there as well.
Nope, just the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll miss you.
What are you guys looking to get out of that? I know it's kind of these have become kind of procedural, especially when you do something like this a couple days before. But
yeah,
what's something you're looking to hear out there?
1 month's rent is what I'm looking to get out of it.
I'm looking not to lose 1 month's mortgage payment. So that's you know what? Here's the thing. It's the same thing every year. Once in a while, you get some good sound bites. The best part of Media Day in the past was you could sit down at tables with people and have one-on-ones for a minute and get some off-the-record stuff. It's not that way anymore. Now it's kind of a free-for-all. But
That was back when Ohio State used to beat Michigan.
So,
I've never been to one like that. So
Well, it was a long time ago. Horse and
but
buggy.
I
Yeah, I know.
remember sitting next on a table next to Joe Paterno and thinking, I can't believe I'm sitting here next to Joe Paterno. Like, I'm talking football with Joe and stuff like that. Meant a little bit more then than it does now, to be honest with you. But guys like Nick Saban, when he was at Michigan State, saying on offense we have no talent, on defense we really have no talent. Things like that was a lot of fun.
And then he got a bunch of talent because he
And then he
started
got the
paying
hell out of
players.
Dodge.
Yeah,
and
he started
went
paying
to-
players in the SEC.
I'm not saying that, but he got the hell out of Dodge and he went to LSU. So
he's coming back apparently.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So, but it'll be fun to talk to these guys in that situation, and hearing what Sherrone Moore has to say. Before it used to be, well, you can get some injury updates. Maybe Rod Moore. We just got that, from Rod. So
We're good. Yeah, I may
we're
cancel
good
my
on
flight.
that. Yeah, exactly. We got everything we need. So it's gonna be a fun trip. It's gonna be a junket, not a business trip anymore. But you know what? And listening to the problem is now it's spread over 3 days too. So it's tough to get everybody.
You only get 6 teams
I was
per day.
I was looking at the schedule earlier today. There's only one other team on Michigan's schedule that will be there Friday with you guys.
Yeah.
So
Do we have one more group, or is that not?
Dom Nichols, TJ Guy, Jimmy Rolder, Ernest Hausman. Have they lost already?
Jimmy Rolder pulled out today.
Oh, did he? Uh-oh.
Yeah, but
we're getting updates on our schedule here.
Okay. No, that's all right. We don't need it. You know what? They've had a long day. So yeah, exactly. We appreciate it though. Thanks so much.
So we may or may not have one more group.
Right.
We're just
But
going
the
to
groups
keep
that we
going.
had, guys, were really impressive.
It was tremendous.
Was that fun?
The
What's
best
that?
thing about getting them in a setting like this is that they've been out here all day. They're having fun.
Yep.
They're coming through and, more so just kind of shooting the breeze as opposed to standing in Schembeckler Hall. We're all pointing recorders at them.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun.
It's
so.
much more relaxed. So, and it won't be that way in Vegas, as you've seen over the years.
It'll be chaos.
It'll be chaos. But after, at the end of the conversation, when everybody kind of leaves and it's just a couple of people and you're with a player and they've kind of answered all the questions, then they kind of loosen up a little bit and it'll be fun to talk about. But really nice trio going. Max Bredeson and Derrick Moore.
Yep, and Ernest Hausman.
Ernest Hausman.
So
the green
you
dot.
guys, if we get Ernest, you go 3 for 3. You don't even have to
I
go
think
now.
I don't think we're going to do that. I think, like Clay said, I think we're going to wrap this thing up. But it was fun, fellas.
Should we just wrap it?
I think we should.
All right.
I think
Well,
so. But I will say thanks for having me this time, guys, inviting me this time around.
you were
You
invited
pulled
last
out what, an hour before the show last year?
I think I did. Yeah. So,
But no, it's a lot of fun. It's chaotic. I think at one point there were 7 guys up here at one time. So there's only 4 microphones. So you got to play hot potato a bit. But a lot of fun. We want to thank Champion Circle for having us out here. Hope to be back next year, of course. Thank you to Chris Ballas, Clayton Safey, Champion Circle, our producer Megan behind the scenes, who it's a heavy lift doing this for a couple hours. So we appreciate
she
that.
been on there the whole time?
She has.
Wow. Thanks, Gunther.
Credit to her. So we'll figure out what schedule is later this week. Normally we do a Thursday show, but there'll be some travel in there. And
Might be
media
late night
gonna-
due to the time change there, but we'll make it
hey,
work.
we'll be back at some point.
Yep,
So
we're good.
all right, for my pals at the Wolverine, for our producer Megan behind the scenes, I'm Anthony Broom. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Order that football preview if you haven't already. It's on newsstands and spots if you are out and about. That's going to do it for us. We'll talk to you again next time.